Sabo vs Cat. This is a season 2 video. Yes, this is one of the most heavily awaited season 2 videos. I imagined this last season and now we have it finally. I love this versus battle. This was literally the definition of season 2. This is my favorite and most anticipated video where it comes to season 2. So who was Cat and who was Sabo? Sabo, as I stated in the previous video, is a guy who literally gave me the best match of my life, really gave me a whole bunch of perspective in life, really taught me what the actual meaning of playing the sport was, when we both had the knowledge of the same thing and we both went 100% at it at a competitive level. It made me feel like this is what sports is supposed to be like. This is literally you feeling the same thing in the same wavelength. On some Naruto and Sasuke shit. This is literally what fucking happened. I had this rap battle with this guy online, and it was the funnest fucking time I've ever fucking had, literally, on the internet, where both of our wavelengths were the same. So what happened was this, is literally, he got praised for that battle, and they tried to say that it was a landslide, and so literally, he kept his reputation alive, and he tried to keep me by rank where I was at. So I went hard in that battle, and then I came back in real life. I became a cosplay superstar, and really came back in real life, and that is the meaning of season 2. This storytelling aspect is why this is my favorite versus battle so far, because it shows two people that come from the same background, but literally that play different roles. That literally I am heavily in love with both of these people, because if you don't know who Cat is, Cat was the first cosplayer I got at, and she was the first cosplayer I pulled. She was the first cosplayer, period. Because what was going on is I was famous on Snapchat for getting on girls online. Literally, I was able to get consent from girls, but you know I wasn't able to have resources. Like I didn't have cars in order to meet them. And I missed out on so many opportunities, and that's where literally they started offering me deals. Like, you wanted to offer me to be a rapper, they wanted to offer me this and that in order for me to get money to see his girls, because they felt like I was a handsome guy, and they felt like I should really have a woman by my side. But it wasn't that, it's just that I was obsessed with science at the time. So that was funny. Like the first time I made a move was at an anime convention, and I felt a little bit more comfortable. There was a time when I was in high school when I couldn't pull any girls at all, when even cosplayers were way out of my league, because of literally, one, they're not dumb, and two, second of all, fucking, I didn't know how to deal with girls in general. So literally, so back when woman isn't anything, literally, back when I really mastered the game, basically this and that, and literally, I meet up with Cat at Crunchyroll, 2017. So she was the very first. Everybody knows me for my cosplay career, and everybody knows me for every BM. Everybody knows me for literally so many other freaking Nerf and Pito, all these fucking cosplay superstar events that I went to. But nobody actually knows that Cat was the actual first girlfriend I had through cosplay. Nobody knows that, literally. And the funny thing about that is she was a heavy One Piece fan, because I met her when she cosplayed as Zoro. So literally, fucking ARL was over. Literally, I have my own personal life going on. I was making AMVs with Fizzle on the roof. Literally, I was networking with rappers. I had my own thing going on. Literally, so I happened to meet Cat at a time, and Sabo was on it. Because Sabo's a nerd, he was always stalking me, he was always doing this and that. They always do that shit, that's just a part of life, you know. Girls act that way, gangsters act that way, it's the 21st century. That's because literally, they have this gangster persona, doesn't mean they're not just like you know, fucking, they always try to keep up with you. That's not even stalking if you ask me, that's like low-key love. But this is a real shit. This Sabo vs Cat is literally two people who play the role of the situation. So this guy is literally online. I know Sabo's a nerd, Sabo's still a square. But that doesn't mean anything, because Sabo has achieved greatness, because Sabo has known for literally being up in the ranks at a really hard competitive rap league, where literally you really have to step it up because there's nothing to sleep on. But at the same time, they're not nothing, because, you know, they're still anime fans at the end of the day. Like, they're scared to freestyle. I've learned how to be an actual rapper on paper, declined an offer to be a rapper, all within that time where I let go of the ARL. So literally, I got him back in real life. So Cat was Zoro, and I approached her like this, and literally, first thing she checked out was literally, I was known for this thing, for literally making anime t-shirts. So basically, it was fucking crazy. I didn't think cosplayers would think at all. So literally, there was this one time, literally, where I had this design where literally, I had CC, literally, with some weed, eating some pizza on the back of my shirt, and she's like, "Is that Bud?" So with the shit, so thanks, so everything. Okay, fuck out of here, man. And literally, I knew right then and there we weren't even gonna be able to keep up at that point. Like literally, they didn't know that cosplayers were actually people at that point. So the first person Cat hits on is Kula Lush. You know why? Because Cat cosplays as Konosuba, and Kula Loose loves Konosuba. He's been ducking the battle for me from so long, where he was supposed to be Kazuma and I was supposed to be Rimuru Slime. We were supposed to have that battle so fucking long ago, and Kula Loose is an OG who I talked to here and there. Lily, so here's what happened. So Lily, fucking, and Lily, they have side conversations because Cat knows that I have competition. She knows that I have a lot of girls, so Cat does this thing when she sneaks on the store. And she starts talking to Kula Loose first thing. And so her and Kula Loose is all like, man, you know, Rich tripping, man. He's like, nah, I know, you should have already been watching Konosuba. And Lily, and so it's like, I know why that one girl Andrew go hella hard. Lily fucking, so Kula Loose was trying to get with Cat. And I knew, and this is why I love the game. This is why I love this shit so funny, because, like, even though that they're oblivious to the fact that she is trying to make me jealous, they're still incorporated with my anime career and my anime dream. So they are giving into the shit that I love. So it literally, I didn't take it as anything back. I loved it. And I knew Kula Loose wasn't going to keep it off the log. So it started with a whole bunch of shit like, oh, I like that anime, I like that anime, to literally being so fucking thirsty. And it translated to that because they don't have real swag. And I love that. And I love like how that all unfolds, how they have Lily, how they keep it up for so long. But Lily, they realized they were, and she got that taste with Sabo, and so I'm like, okay, so I already know Sabo's gonna make his moves since I already have hoes. I'm gonna see how this pans out. And I fucking loved it. Cat's obsession for One Piece and Sabo's mega obsession for One Piece is the reason why, Lily, this was such a good story. These are two people I met through social events that Lily had the same goal in mind, you know, and it was fucking crazy. So Lily, I'm super fucking street smart and shit. Lily, I saw Cat's mom at the mall when I was wearing a Red Zero shirt. So Lily, fucking, I was looking at Cat's mom and Lily. So Lily, there's a joke in my head like I don't want her to fit in one that she got her from her mama. So Lily, I do that. So Lily, fucking, as soon as I put my Red Zero on, I went to this mall that's probably like predominantly Filipino, and I just happened to see Cat's mom's there, and I asked like, do you know Cat? She's like, oh, I have no idea. When somebody delivers it like that, she's like, yes, got it in the bag. I was wearing baggy jeans, I was wearing a blue Ray Zero shirt with rim on it, and so Lily, I don't know which one it is, I don't know if it's the pink or the fucking blue, but Lily, I was wearing the blue one, and Lily, I was at the mall, and Lily, I met her mom. So Lily, that is Lily how close me and Cat were, but she was the very first cosplayer that I hit on. It was right on my alley, because Lily, I did not know that they could be that dank. So Lily fucking, so her and Sabo start chatting because Cat has a rump. And Lily, Cat was not being shy and shaking it either. Cat knows how to correct, like Cat is a normal fucking person. And Lily, Sabo was oblivious to this shit. So Lily, so Sabo came through. He's like, okay, Riz. He's like, Lily, so he started hanging out with Cat, and he thought he was gonna get the reaction. He's like, as soon as I show her my battle, you're done. And so Lily, he showed her my battle, but he forgot that she comes from California, where we listen to how people rap like that. And Sabo got a big wake-up call. She heard the pigeons line, and she started laughing at Sabo. And Sabo was literally like, but I'm saying more facts about the character. It was so fucking funny. I knew he was gonna fuck because I knew people aren't that judgmental, man. It's just so fucking funny to me because like he thinks like it was all about like, you know, being hard and shit, but it was really fucking funny, you know. So Cat started fucking rolling and shit like that. So see, it kind of admits that he won, but it didn't matter because I was more entertaining to her because she comes from my background. She understands what I'm talking about. We met in California. You have to understand that, but Sabo the entire time, it goes to Sabo being cool, so this and that, so I'm going to give you a little bit more of an elaboration to why this is one of my favorite freaking battles of all time, because it was Cat using Sabo because she was low tier where it came to cosplay, but she wasn't really low tier. She's connected to some of the high tiers like the Ray Stu. She's connected to all of them, but she doesn't put out as nearly as much work. And so, you know, and the most beautiful thing about the story is this. There was this time where Lily, he was wondering how to get Cat's heart. Lily, he was losing towards Cat. He was boring Cat. Lily. So before I get into that, before I get into where Sabo fell off and why Cat kept up with him was one, because Cat had a lot of competition. So she needed Sabo as a buffer in order to compete with my other cosplayers. So I'm gonna get into this. So they both play Kingdom Hearts and they both play Smash. And so Lily, I played none of those games and I still pulled Cat. This is how girls work, buddy. I'm sorry. All that shit that you had in common and you still couldn't pull her, all because of that main fact. You think this is a Disney fashion, you think that this is made to be like, no, you have to deal with a lot of competition. It's because I have the swag. It's because I didn't give a fuck about her. Metaphorically speaking, it's because I was an asshole, but it's because I was an asshole in style is why I got her and you didn't. So Lily, they both love One Piece, they both love Kingdom Hearts, they both love Smash, and Sabo is regional in both of those games. He even had Kingdom Hearts Battle on the channel. So Sabo loves Kingdom Hearts and Lily. So it came down to Christmas, and literally, I asked my mom for a Switch because I was trying to get a cat. I'm like, so what system is it for? She's like, the Switch. So I asked my mom for a Switch on Christmas, and she bought me a whole Switch for one game. Red flag. I got that. I got the Switch. I got everything, like, just for that one girl. That is a really, really, really big red flag, because you know what that says? That means I'm dealing with spoiled girls. I'm dealing with spoiled women. That means that literally I'm not dealing with people who have 100%, because of the tactics that she used. All that goes into the same character of the fact that, you know, she's behind a little bit. But it's also because I got the Switch with ease, and because I was able to smooth her over is also the reason why I got here. That's a very, very, very evil tactic, but it actually is necessary where it comes to dating. Where it comes to conquering, where it comes to Lily, making sure that she doesn't really get with no one else. Like, it came to that point, and it's because Lily, we have that sleepover type shit is why it worked out, but it's really, really not a good thing. I did a spoiled move in order to get a spoiled girl, and that's not a good thing in life. This is the same guy who cried where he lost for meal 2 and he got smashed for Christmas. Yes, you have to understand that. And so it came down to the point where Sabo was really contemplating with himself, like, what do I do? Because Cat had a boyfriend at the time that looked like a K-pop singer. And it's really, 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 really fucking funny, because this nigga thinks that I am his enemy. This nigga thinks that, oh, I'm trying to break it down. I want to see what's best for everyone. That is the truth. And literally, so when Cat got with Sabo, just to clear things up, my original thought is, yes, Sabo, you're finally gonna get some. You can do it, man. All those creative fucking punchlines, all that shit, you're gonna have this in the back. You have an extravagant personality. But it didn't where it came to girls, and they are different contexts. You have to learn how to be comfortable with women just like how you're comfortable with men, and it will be so easy. So the whole time this is going through Sabo's head, like, what do I do? Cat's already taken by her boyfriend, and she's damn near married to Riz. She's cheating on him for Riz. What do I do? I'm like, duh, bro. You don't think I had that with Abby? You don't think I feel for you? You thought I gave you that opportunity for no reason? I fuck with you, Sabo. I want to see that era prosper. I've dealt with the same thing you dealt with. I just dealt with it at a different time. And that is the meaning of my channel. That is the meaning of really what true love is. That is the meaning of understanding. But in order to ensure Sabo's defeat, in order to literally teach him the ultimate lesson, it came down to fan made where I was grabbing everybody's ass, and Cap knew I was the most popular guy in school and she didn't decline. And it was very tragic, and Sabo was stalking the whole time to her droid. And what happened was, Cat cosplayed as Koala. If you don't know who Koala is, if you go watch One Piece all the way to Sabo's shrine, Koala is Sabo's girlfriend in the manga and in the anime. So Cat cosplayed as Koala, Lily, and so I thought it was so funny. So Lily, I was trying to tell Sabo, like, yo, what the fuck did Sabo do? Riz, you're retarded. I was like, oh, come on, Sabo, you know, you just hit that kitty cat, you know, meow. Lily, I was fucking with Sabo hella hard. Lily, and then out of nowhere, Sabo's like, Riz, are you sure you're really autistic? That was hella funny, but that was common understanding, but it was really, really fucking tragic. Even though that was the reality of the situation. She cosplayed as Koala for a reason, trying to make me jealous, and where it came down to, you know, high school reunion time, Cat came around, and Lily, she brought her boyfriend along, and Lily, freaking, she played hard to get. You know, I was grabbing a lot of girlfriends of mine, and so Lily, so she came acting brand new, acting like Lily, I was gonna do it to her when she brought her boyfriend along. So Lily, I delayed it until the last minute until she walked off, and her whole body started bouncing Lily up and down. I gave her one quick slap on the right cheek just to let you know that I was in charge. So literally fucking Sabo's heart crumbled. Sabo literally got destroyed, Lily. And it was the fact that I delayed the slap all the way into the end because I was a school jock. Is what really tore Sabo apart. That shit made me funny. But but I've actually been down that path where I was a square, where I was a third grade. I didn't understand, like, Lily. So I understand where this is coming from. It is pretty serious, but it came down to a point where you have to accept it doesn't matter if you like One Piece. It doesn't matter if you both like Kingdom Hearts. It doesn't matter if you both like Smash. You failed to get her pussy wet. I imprinted her. I let her know I was daddy. I already conquered her pussy. Her pussy was soaking wet. She was bouncing up and down. I'm sorry, man. She's mine. I did something before somebody else could, and that is what you call game. And that is a real tragedy you have to live in life. You have to literally learn where it's necessary, because the whole science behind that is because I am a reasonable mate. I'm one of the strongest lions in the tribe. Even though I may have dragged her, I dragged her into a win-win situation. That's what you have to do in life. It got down to a point where Sabo started harassing her, got multiple warnings from the police about Lily, stalking her over and over again, blocked on multiple social media accounts. This is a really deep story, and he kept on replaying the battle over and over again. All the times he tried to make me jealous, he got high with Sabo. He even think that she got high. And Lily, you know how Lily, we all have those habits of Lily fucking, so they kept on listening to that battle high, and he kept on saying, did I win? Did I win? And so Lily, she's like, shut the fuck up about that battle. You're the one that keeps talking about it, Lily. My girl Cat is a fucking monster. You don't understand. But Lily, her personality is grand. And that is the reason why she flew and you didn't. And that is the reason why I'm telling you right now, Sabo, that Lily, that was very heartfelt, but you have to understand, that is the reason why you, Lily, jumped the gun. You jumped to conclusions, and Lily, instead of making the logical decisions, you acted on your emotion where it truly came down to it. And Lily, Sabo is the type of guy to say that Lily, having an addiction for women means you are partially retarded, but at the same time, he understands that women are very valuable in our society, and that Lily, women are privileged resources in this world, and that's something I didn't figure out until later. It's just like, stop talking about that fucking doll. Susan texting my phone, kinda one, this is that Lily. Let me know that he's going crazy, but it's her fault for also putting herself in a situation to make me jealous over and over again. Like, she did make an immature decision by keep on leading him on, even though it got to a point where he almost got physical with her, Lily. So Sabo's Lily, my dude and all, but I don't view that out of pocket, because, when you're a grown man and you're 1,000 times stronger than what the fuck they put in front of you, it's a serious situation, but I look at it like, that's not my business. Lily, even though, like, Lily, I'm involved in both of them, Lily, I don't do shit about the situation, because that's what happens when you're a grown man. But now that I think about it, now that I break this down to entertainment because it wasn't challenging to me, do not discard that, because now I realize how beautiful of a story it actually is, and how serious the situation almost got. Sabo kept on holding on to that grudge, and he failed in real life. He failed to get Cat. And Lily, now that I conquered Cat, Lily, it left Sabo with no other options. And Lily, it tormented Sabo to this day. He could always pretend this and that, but I got him in real life, flat out, period. But it was never too late for Sabo. Sabo could honestly always rise back, but he lost motivation. He's still drilling from that battle. From Lily, what he did, he's drilling from doubt. He knows this is karma. He knows this and that. And I keep on trying to tell him, if you want to improve yourself, one of the best things is to take advantage of an opportunity that you have. Instead of closing doors, you need to open new ones. That's how you have in real life. You may not view, like Lily, us starting the arrow back as an opening door. You think that it's already been closed, but anime is more popular than ever. And Lily, all this shit that I stated before, how dank we all turned out to be, you have to understand, in a situation like this, you might have to pull on Arturo and go on the winning side instead of going with what your ego is. We have more than a chance to ever to shine, and you're gonna decline it because of Lily, a grudge you had on me. Cat is my girl. Cat is the original. This is why this is a beautiful story, because Lily, she went low in the ranks because she wanted me to face hypergamy. She wanted me to compete with her boyfriend. She wanted me to do this and that. And that is the story of where they both fell off, But I always kept up with Cat, and Cat is hella fine, hella fucking, fancy this and that, Lily. She has a regular popular girl swag that Lily, I could never get, that I pulled with ease once I changed. And then Lily, she gave me the best view that I changed, and Sabo stayed the same because of that. And that is very tragic where it comes to life. So this is Sabo vs Cat, and the victory goes to Cat. I'm sorry. She's my girl. She's literally everything compared to what Sabo has done to me. I'm sorry. I love Sabo. I feel like as a person, of course I think Sabo is fucking 10 times smarter, way better, fucking intellectually, way more fucking useful, has way more fucking potential as a human being to mark his name in this world. But the way he acts, the way he delivers himself is like a little kid. And Lily, Cat Lily admitted wrong over and over and over again. Lily was begging me back but couldn't due to a misunderstanding. And after Fanmade, she kept the street with me and she kept up with me. And you know what I mean by that. The same reason why I get girls, the same reason why I don't expect them to stand up for me in public, but I always expect Lily to get head in private. You have to think that. You have to think that way to survive. Take what you can get for now and have something else to fall back on. I still have all this other shit. I still have a whole bunch of people loving me to fall back on. We can do something that's actually fun for a second and then go back to being real. Even though I love Sabo, I actually, in reality, love Cat way more. I don't mean that just as a pun. I mean that because she's a better person. She handles herself better as a human being. And Sabo Lily, when things don't go his way, he goes into a cannibalistic state like how he did in that battle. And Lily, this is my favorite versus battle for season 2. This is Sabo vs Cat.